Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do another fight moves video. So, as we've discussed before, fight moves from your forms are essential to take apart and practice individually so that you can use them fluidly in combat situations and make them into reflex actions that can just be fired out and can be used on the spur of the moment, out of the context of their forms. So the first movement we're going to do today is going to be an up and down block or an up and down strike, sinking with the elbow, coming across the center line, striking with the large bone of the forearm down along your low line, whilst covering across, turning this waist and the shoulders, striking down and coming across, guarding the face. So this can be used against multiple attacks, coming in against the ribs, strikes against the head. We can come down. If there's a kick coming up against our ribs, we can come down low, slide our forearm underneath the kick and catch it, then attack the knee with our elbow. We can guard against a low hook punch to our ribs, striking down with our elbow against it and opening them out, leaving them open to a counter to their ribs. So this is a useful movement when you're up in your guard to drop into defensive position, guarding your head, and then you can come back across, striking in, or come back across, guarding your other side. So this is a good, safe movement, guarding your ribs and your head, coming across, catching kicks on your low line, striking across on your high line, coming out, blocking low attacks on your ribs, and coming in. So this is a movement that should be practiced to make it nice, fast reflex action. The next movement we're going to do is going to be slightly more complicated. It's going to be against a grab of your shirt or somebody coming forward against your chest, and you're going to come underneath their hand, grasping their wrist with an upside down hand, cross body, so that you're on the same arm. So if their right arm is coming for you, your right arm will grasp. If their left arm is coming, then your left arm will grasp. If they've grasped your shirt, you'll grab their wrist. You turn your shoulders, dragging their arm across your body while striking against the side of their jaw with a heel palm strike. Opening, using the pulling force to accentuate this strike to the side of the jaw. Can be a very powerful strike. Striking along the jaw and then following with your momentum around, coming underneath their elbow and linking on your arm. You can then bend your wrists, causing damage to their forearm, dislocation of the elbow, possible break. So we go one, around, break. So this is something you want to be a little bit careful when you're practicing with your partners. Touch, put on, let them tap and feel the force of it. Against the dummy, pull, lock. So you can practice this thing in the air against your partners on various pieces of equipment so that you can put the lock on smoothly. Grasp, strike, lock. Grasp and strike, lock. Grasp and strike, come round and lock. So practice to make it smooth. The strike will disorientate, allowing you time to put the lock on and apply pressure. Strike, disorientate, put the lock on and apply pressure. So the next movement we're going to do is going to be a kicking movement. So we're going to turn, we're going to be in a guard. If there's a round kick coming low against our knee, against the side of our thigh, we're going to turn out, springing off our toe, using our calf to propel our shin up so that it can spring up faster and with more acceleration, blocking outward with our shin bone, striking against the oncoming kick. If you're very fast, you can get above their knee, striking on their thigh, making it the weight of their leg jar against their knee, which can be damaging. If they're already closer, if their shin's already closer to you, spring up, block against your shin. With the foot that you've blocked, punch forward with your heel against their standing leg with all their weight on it, striking in against the nerve point along the inside of the knee, springing up, striking in, springing up on the other side, striking in with the heel. Nice solid stamping kick, nice barring block with the shin, used against all sorts of low kicks and low line attacks. So this is something that you should practice. Spring off your toe so you're quick. So if there's a kick, maybe you've been dealing with punches you haven't noticed, and suddenly there's a kick, you spring on your toe, take it, stamp forward, knocking your opponent down. So the next movement we're going to do is a movement taken from the first part of the Flying Dragon Legs form. You're going to be in your stance, and if there's a round kick coming against your rear leg, you're going to sweep across your body, springing off your shin, clashing with the oncoming kick, and then you're going to spring sideways, turning your hip and rotating your heel with a side kick against your opponent's standing leg. The force from this is generated by a rotation of the hip and rotation of the leg, punching the heel bone out against your opponent's incoming strike. So we come up across and then we turn violently, thrusting our heel into them, buckling their rear leg, landing forward, allowing us to be coiled for further strikes and move in to finish our opponent. This can also be used if our opponent kicks up at our groin. We can spring across, hooking their leg out to our side, and then side kick against their standing leg. Hooking across with our other leg, springing up, if we're kicked in the centre line, hooking their leg across to the side, and side kicking down violently with our heel, buckling their leg, landing forward in a dominant position, ready to deliver further strikes. So we should practice turning our hip and turning our heel, coming up across the body with our knee and rotating our foot out. Place. Come up across the body, rotate and kick the foot out and place. This is a very good defensive technique and allows us to practice our side kicks at close range. So the next movement we're going to do is going to be another kick. We're going to be standing in a guarded position. We're going to spring up and heel kick, hooking back towards ourselves with our foot. This is useful against inward kicks, straight upward kicks against the groin or against your centre line. Come across and hook the kick back past you. It can also be used if your opponent stood forward. You can use this backward heel kick against their calf. So as they're stood, you block their punch, you can hook back, kicking against their calf. If they've kicked at your groin, you can hook heel kick against their kick, lifting them up off balance. Then a straight lifting kick into the perineum area, the groin of your opponent from the back, and moving forward into their area behind them, maybe taking neck locks, striking against the back of the head, whatever you need to do. So springing up, heel kick back, thrust kick up. On the other leg, heel kick, thrust kick up. When you kick upward, remember to sit back on your standing leg so you can achieve a more upward angle rather than a forward angle, to get underneath your opponent's groin, to get to the sensitive parts of their body and not strike on their buttocks, so that you can reach underneath and damage the nerves. So we hook back on the leg and we sink back on our standing leg, kicking upward into their groin, moving forward, wrapping around their neck, whatever we need to do. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.